Welcome to the Yeti Fun Club. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yeti. Today, I'm going to talk about lane splitting in the state of Oregon. Currently, there's a Senate bill going through the system. It just got sent to the Senate floor with a due pass recommendation. This was unanimous. There is an amendment on that bill. Let me go over the bill first. So the bill is on roads with a posted speed limit of, I believe it's 55 or 50 and higher. I will put the text of the bill here. If you go 50 on roads with a posted speed limit of 50 or higher and traffic goes 10 miles an hour or below, motorcycles are allowed to go between the lanes at a 10 miles an hour faster than the pace of traffic. If traffic gets above 10 miles an hour, you have to merge back in with traffic. So it's pretty reasonable. There is a kind of a shitty amendment that goes along with it. It changes it from a Class B traffic violation, which has a maximum fine of $1,000, but the presumptive fine is somewhere in $200. Again, I'll put that up here. Then that changes it. The amendment changes it to a Class A traffic violation, which is the highest level we got. Maximum fine of $2,000. And it's 400 and something. I think it's like $170 difference for the presumptive fine. I did talk to an attorney about that, about the actual difference. That's what he said. It's about $170 difference. You know what? If that's the cost of being able to split, that's the cost of being able to split. So that bill, I really hope it goes through. It's currently in the legislature. Just got called to the House. No other movement beyond that, but it did go through the House Judiciary Committee. There was testimony. 650 some odd motorcyclists testified that they were in support of it, motorcyclists and other groups. It is a fan-fucking-tastic idea to allow lane splitting. Lane splitting for motorcyclists, this is more for the normies out there that don't ride. The big opposition that I hear to lane splitting is always, it scares the jabbers out of me when a motorcycle sneaks up on me, or it's so dangerous, or it's not fair. Well, let me address those. So, it scares the jabbers out of me. Well, why are we sneaking up on you? You should be aware of your surroundings while you're driving. That's basic shit. You're supposed to be checking your blind spots, checking your mirrors, doing the driver thing. And we're not asking you to change that. We're just asking you to do your job. Pay attention to your driving, pay attention to where you're at, pay attention to what's around you, and drive like a normal human being. We can deal with it. Don't worry about it. My safety is my job. That is my job as a rider, is to get to where I'm going and do what I'm doing and make it there without dying. Sometimes that's a challenge. But most of the time I can do it. Haven't died once yet. So that's we try not to scare. It'll be 10 miles an hour. It's not that big of a deal. That's the scares the jabbers argument. The other arguments are is it's not safe. Well, there's a Berkeley study, I will link it in the description, that says that it's actually safer for motorcyclists. It reduces fatalities. They were Honda Interceptor, those are fucking nice bikes. VFR 800 bike with VTEC and I think it's a V4. Great little bikes. Anyway. There is, sorry, let me start over here. So there is it's so dangerous for motorcyclists argument. Well, it's not. There's a study by Berkeley about lane splitting, and they found that it reduces fatalities for motorcyclists. So, oh, perfect. There's a good demonstration. There's one car behind me. Let's hope he's paying attention to me. He may not be, but, whatever. So if I'm driving here, right, and I don't have the option to split, This is not a road that would be capable of splitting, because that bill also dictates you can't pass on the yellow line or the solid white. You have to pass on the dashed white line. That's the only place you can pass. So 2 lanes or more in either direction is the only time you'll be able to split with that bill. But I digress. So let's say this car comes to a stop and I stop like I'm supposed to, doing the thing. And this car behind me isn't quite paying attention. Well, he hits me. At that point, it's like hitting a pedestrian. This motorcycle is wearing me for cushioning, not the other way around. I don't have a safety cage. I'm just kind of hanging out doing my thing, and he slams into me because I can't get out of the way. Well, if I'm able to split, and this is a road, let's assume for sake of argument this is a road that I can split, I wouldn't have to be there. I would be able to move forward and continue in the direction of travel where that car can't hit me. And then there's a bigger target for them to watch for, and hopefully they won't get in an accident, but they may have hit the motorcyclist. So that's one thing, is we're out of the way. Another thing is that there's a speed camera ahead, and I need to make sure I'm not speeding. The other thing is if there is the thing that the Berkeley study did find is that it doesn't seem to. No, I don't want to go over that. Just going to go over it doesn't seem to reduce traffic collisions overall. It just reduces the severity of them, because traffic collisions stop being a rear-ending thing where it's motorcyclist ends up dead or broken back or broken legs or whatever, and there's nothing they can do about it. It becomes more of a car tries to change lanes, and it's more of a glancing blow rather than a hard hit. You can, like, if you coming in from a side here and you get hit, there's kind of directs the energy a little bit better. So they're not as severe accidents when they do happen when they're splitting. There's no evidence that they could find that it increases accidents, but there's none that it decreases accidents. But it does decrease severity, and that is very important. The other thing that people will say is it's just not safe. What if there's 2 semis? Well, a lane is 12 feet wide on the freeway, basically where this is going to be legal. Lanes are 12 feet wide. Semis are 8 foot, I think 4 or 8 foot 6 or something like that. That leaves about 4 feet between 2 semis. This bike isn't 4 feet wide, and this is a real big bike. It's about as big as they get. This is an ST 1300, mirror to mirror. I got bags back here. This ain't a wide bike, and I can split between 2 semis as long as they're centered in their lanes. But, if they're not, and I can't fit, I'm not going to split between them. Traffic is like barely crawling at that point. It's fucking barely moving. So, as long as they drive like normal human beings and keep going in roughly straight, I'll just tuck behind them until there's a safe spot or whatever. It's not required to split. It's just if you can, it keeps you moving. It's also, personally, I like it's good for the environment thing, because I'm not sitting there idling my engine, wasting fuel, burning carbon dioxide, doing nothing except heating up my bike. I can actually continue forward progress, where I'm not going to be sitting there. This is a pretty small engine. These get pretty good gas mileage, but I'm not going to be sitting there idling my engine, not making progress. I'm going to be using that, what CO2 I am producing, I'm going to be using that to make forward progress and get where I'm going. I'm not going to be able to reduce my CO2 footprint or my carbon footprint all the way, but I'm conscious of that. I keep my cats intact on my bike. I keep it in good shape. I care about the environment, and I think lane splitting could really help with that. It also helps reduce congestion. That's another positive. I'll get to the it's not fair thing here in a second. It's also it can reduce congestion. I've heard it somewhere. I will have to try to find the source, but if 10% of people that commuted every day rode a motorcycle, it would reduce traffic by 45%, because we're tiny. especially if we could fit between cars, we're not taking up a slot that a car would be in. We're continuing progress. We're continuing to move. I also think that people seeing that may go, well, you know what? That doesn't seem fair. Maybe I should get a motorcycle. And you know what? Hey, that'd be great. More people on bikes is better. It means more people are aware that motorcycles exist. There is a cognitive bias that if you're not aware of, or if it's kind of like Baader-Meinhof. That's what it is. Baader-Meinhof. So that is, you don't see a bunch of red cars. You just see cars, and suddenly you buy a red car, and now every other car on the road is a red car. You know, it kind of is one of those things. It's once it becomes aware in your mind, you start seeing motorcycles more. So let's weaponize that. Let's encourage more people to get on bikes. It's not very hard. It is a little bit more dangerous, but you know what? It's a lot of fucking fun too. So if we get more people on bikes, it can ease congestion and make the road a better place for everybody, which that's good because we're car brain here in North America. You know, we need to do what we can, and adding lanes doesn't do shit, as we've all seen. I'll see if I can find a picture to post up here of the widest freeway in the country, just totally fucking gridlocked. Well, there's a lot of space in that gridlock that motorcycles could be fitting through, and still getting forward progress, still getting people to be able to move and get home. Anyway, and it's not fair. Well, what do you mean it's not fair? Who gives a shit about life being fair? Life isn't fair. Get a motorcycle. I don't care if it's fair or not. I'm out here taking a risk. I'm running a much smaller vehicle. I'm essentially riding a bicycle on the freeway. Something about the size of a bicycle, at least. And, you know, I should get some benefit for that, I think. I think that'd be fair. I don't need to be taking up room where a car could be. Why? Why would I take up room from a car? Like, I don't get mad when motorcycles split past me and I'm in my car. It doesn't seem very, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right that I would complain. It's that lobster bucket or crab in a bucket mentality where somebody's trying to get out, somebody's trying to get free, and another fucking crab will pull them back down into the bucket. That's bullshit, guys. We got to stop that. Let people have a win. You know, we don't all have to be miserable just because you're miserable. It's kind of a selfish and dick move in my book. Oh, I love the smell of log mills. It smells like cedar chips and glory. It reminds me of my childhood. I grew up in a logging town. But yeah, anyway, I don't know, people just need to chill the fuck out with this it's not fair bullshit, because why? It doesn't hurt you. Let people do what they want. Who cares, you know? Anyway, yeah, well, anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on Oregon lane splitting bill that's coming through. I really hope it gets through. Share the video with your friends. If you like it, hit like. Maybe if you like this type of content, hit subscribe. I plan on doing a lot more here shortly. Anyway, I've been your friendly neighborhood Yeti. You stay safe.